I'm Jacob Dabol, and this is my Taste of Eternity.
Ho, ho, ho!
So, this first course here is kind of a charcuterie plate, but it's got a little bit of weirdness going on because of the vanilla wafers and the peanut butter, which is more of a like desserty thing. But cheese, crackers, dried fruit, dried meats of any kind, that's one of my favorite things. And then our second course is just some plain old Taco Bell soft tacos, just meat, cheese, and lettuce, I believe. You know, I don't think there's anyone out there who doesn't like Taco Bell. It's kind of its own special thing. Doesn't really taste like a taco, but it tastes like Taco Bell. So. And then our final course is the dessert course. This is just a plain New York style cheesecake. It's one of my absolute favorite things.
From the first bite to the last breath, we're here today with Jacob Duvall.
I'm Riley.
I'm Logan. So Duvall, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's Thursday. We're almost on Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
One more day, and then we're out. Yeah.
So for the first course, you opted for
An assortment.
An assortment of many items.
So we got cheese, crackers, vanilla wafers, grapes, and figs.
Dried figs.
Dried figs.
Yes.
Specifically dried. Yes.
Dried. So does food ever play a role in your life?
It's the most important thing in my life. It's like most of my day is just thinking about what kind of food I'm going to eat. Most of my money goes towards food. Like all the nice things that I own are kitchen equipment items.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Food is life. Food is very important to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it, but it really is.
It's whatever you like.
Yeah. So, and this is kind of an odd assortment, but it's essentially just supposed to be kind of a charcuterie plate. This is more like a redneck charcuterie plate, but I love it. This is like the exact kind of thing that I would eat.
All right, well, I mean, with that, let's go ahead and start.
Dig
let's just dig in.
Okay. So
I don't know where to start.
You have to do the dried fig, Logan.
yeah,
Okay.
try it.
I'll
try
go
it
ahead
together.
with this one.
We'll try it together.
So
Let's
I heard you
make it.
say something about the stem.
Yeah.
Where's the stem at?
It's this thing, this little nubbin at the top.
Oh, like
you
that?
and just tear it off.
Okay.
Yep. That way you don't end up eating it.
Jesus. My goodness.
Okay, I got it. I think.
Okay, go.
So, okay, let me just find
Don't even look on the inside.
All right, I already
Don't
It's
even-
just
took a
full of
glimpse.
seeds,
Yeah, I took a
guys.
glimpse. So here we go. Okay, that was chewy. I didn't expect it to be like that. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's sweet.
It's dried fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a fig. Full of fiber. It is.
Had to swallow that whole. Okay, so
So many seeds.
do you have any hidden talents?
I can play the banjo very well. I'm actually really good at it.
So you're keeping up with the redneck kind
Yeah.
I was born in North Georgia. We just everyone plays the banjo there. It's but yeah. So I've been playing since I was like 16. So I'm 33 now. So that's 17 years. But yeah, that's my hidden talent. It's embarrassing. But.
All right. Well, speaking of like embarrassing, is there any like weird food combinations that you love that people might find like disgusting?
Well, so I held this back specifically from this because you guys asked me for like food items and stuff. So one of my favorite things is to make what my friends and family refer to as the Jacob Special, which is, and it's really like, if you know it, you know it. So it's vanilla wafers. That's why I have them here.
Oh, okay.
And you take two of them, two vanilla wafers, and you put peanut butter on one. And this is the thing that I left out of the food list.
Oh, I'm scared.
Cream cheese on the other, and you make a little sandwich. And it kind of tastes like a peanut butter cheesecake. It's one of my favorite things. Or graham crackers work too, but it's peanut butter and cream cheese on some kind of sweet, like a vanilla wafer, a graham cracker, a ladyfinger. Oh, it's so good. It's really good. Because you have to remember, cheesecake is like 3 pounds of cream cheese. So
3 pounds?
it's so much cream cheese.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought it
like
was like.
that's like most of what that is cream cheese.
I thought it was like egg yolk.
A little bit, no, but it's mostly just cream cheese.
No,
it's
I
one
just
of my
don't like
favorite
cream
things, though.
cheese. So I don't really eat cheesecake. I can eat cheesecake. It's not like my first choice for dessert.
Oh,
But everyone I know absolutely loves cheesecake. So I'm kind of used to like seeing it.
for me, it's upsetting because as I get older, I'm becoming more and more lactose intolerant. You have it to look forward to. Like
Yeah.
cheese just doesn't sit well with people anymore as they get older, but it's my favorite thing.
A lot of this is cheese. You got it.
Most of this is
Everything involves cheese.
everything is cheese related. Yeah.
What's your favorite type
But
of
it's fun.
cheese?
My favorite type of, okay, actually no, here's a great weird food combination because it has to do with my favorite kind of cheese. Sliced apples
Okay, stop.
and, yeah, sliced apples and blue cheese. It sounds insane. It's really good, but it has to be like a good blue cheese, like a Stilton or something.
Sure, try it. With the peanut butter.
Go all the way across the table. It's peanut butter.
Yeah, vanilla wafer and peanut butter is classic.
Can't ever go wrong with that.
You've had it?
Yeah.
I didn't know of Kool-Aid pie until just yesterday, guys.
Excuse me, what
Yeah.
is it?
Kool-Aid pie.
Kool-Aid pie.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
Can you
that.
explain?
You take like a Coolatin packet and like some Cool Whip or like some type of stuff, and then you put it in like a pie. And it's like it's supposed
Oh,
to be
so
really
it's
good.
it's whipped cream mixed with
Yeah.
like Kool-Aid
Yeah.
powder.
Yeah, with the like a crust.
That sounds horrifying. I'm sorry.
I know. My friend was telling me about it. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I keep seeing it all over like Instagram and TikTok, all that. It's just. So, is there any like life experience that you had that has changed you for the better?
Coming to Memphis has been a thing. So I'm not from here. I grew up in Georgia, like in the Atlanta area, and then I moved to like the Kansas City area when I was like 21, and I was there until 2017. I ended up moving here to Memphis, and it was like a bad thing that turned into a good thing. You know how Memphis is. Memphis is
Yeah.
very Memphis that way. Moved here. Ended up, after moving here, switching from my previous IT career to becoming a teacher. And, you know, I've been teaching here at Bartlett now for 5 years. And, yeah, initially moving to Memphis, kind of sad. Loved the Kansas City area. But then after moving here, definitely, I mean, I changed my career because of it. So it's been, overall, a positive experience for sure.
So what kind of sparked your interest in math?
So I always kind of had it. In high school, I was just kind of like general nerd, but my big thing was actually not math, it was foreign languages. I was like I was big into my German class. I went to German competitions. I did like spelling bees in German and vocab bees in German, but I always had like an interest in math kind of through the vector of popular science. Like there was a book that I read in high school called The Elegant Universe by Brian Greene, who's like a big physicist, and he talks about like a bunch of modern physics ideas like string theory and stuff, and I got really interested in that. When I went to college, I majored in German language, but I took physics and calculus classes too, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just
Yeah,
for
just
fun.
for fun. Nothing
Just for fun.
serious.
And then, you know, when I switched careers from IT, you know, with my German major, I ended up just going back and getting a math degree because I was like, you know what, this was the other thing that I liked.
The second course, we have Taco Bell tacos, soft shell, and I believe it should just be meat, cheese, and lettuce. I haven't checked them because I'm too scared to. Personally, I know how at the start of this, you said that you don't think anyone doesn't like Taco Bell.
You don't like
I
Taco
don't like
Bell?
Taco Bell.
Okay.
The only thing that I like at Taco Bell is the nacho fries.
Girl,
I
come on
haven't even
now.
had those yet. Those
They're
weren't
so-
around when I was
so-
a kid.
My favorite one of the nacho fries is like there's like a bowl of the fries, and then you had like you could put like the steak, the cheese, all that. Those are good. And then you also have like a spicy ranch Taco Bell that I like. But other than that, it's just like I just don't really like tacos. I mean, if I did eat Taco Bell, I'd probably get like the Doritos Locos
So you don't
tacos.
like even if it was from like a Mexican restaurant, you're
I
just
like-
not a fan of tacos in general.
I like tacos, but they're not my favorite food. You know.
I see.
So a lot of my friends are so crazy about Mexican food, like tacos.
I can subsist on it,
all that,
yeah.
and I just don't understand the hype around it, like hard shell or soft shell. I mean, I prefer hard
Oh
shell,
yeah,
but
that's not the thing. Like
Yeah.
the thing I care about. I'm not just gonna like eat tacos every day. I like Mexican food in
Yeah.
general, but like the Taco Bell tacos are specific because these aren't tacos, right?
Yeah.
No.
These aren't the same as like tacos from a restaurant. They don't taste the same. The texture's not the same. These are like a specific, like delectable monstrosity from
Yeah.
Taco Bell
Yes.
that doesn't taste like anything that you've ever had before, and it's like full. It's weird. Here we are again with fiber. We talked about it with the figs. Weirdly full of fiber because they fill. Their ground beef is like 40% filler. And it lends it a certain something, je ne sais quoi, you know? But yeah, so I just very specifically like a Taco Bell taco. There's something weird about it. It just tastes good to me.
Mysterious. Okay,
yeah.
so
Let's go ahead and start.
Let's-
okay, you got the last one. Look.
Yeah, I was letting him pick. He chose it. And
Oh, you know what? These still look good.
is it just
It's,
lettuce and
it's
cheese?
lettuce, meat, and cheese. Yep.
Yeah, they
I
got it
think
right.
I've never had this at Taco Bell. Like,
You've never just had a Taco
I
Bell
don't-
taco?
no, I don't think
Everyone's
so.
always ordering all their weird stuff like gorditas and whatever.
Yeah, I don't like gorditas. I
Or
don't
like, what's that? The Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's just doing too much.
So, what do you find challenging as a math teacher?
Getting kids to enjoy it.
And do you think that's kind of hard with like the new technology of AI and all that?
Definitely. So I had
The
to swallow.
gulp was so visceral.
It was, yeah. It's still actually really good.
It is.
So, yeah, like there's the big issue in like math education right now is we have this sort of cultural shift. You know, one of the big problems is as a culture, we're perfectly fine with kids and parents and adults just being like, I hate math, I'm bad at math, and that's okay. Ha ha ha, so bad at math. But we don't have that same issue with like people being like, I can't read, I hate reading, I'm bad at reading, ha ha. That's not funny. Being illiterate is considered like really embarrassing, but being bad at math is not. So it's like become this acceptable thing to just be bad at math. And then you have like all the AI tools and stuff, like Photomath and all the Mathway and all those other things. ChatGPT can't really do math because it's not the same
Yeah.
thing. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real struggle, and that's kind of the center of it all right now. Is just trying to get kids to actually like do math by hand and understand it rather than relying on tools and stuff. And they'll say things like, "Oh, you know, why do I need to learn this when this tool can just do it for me?" And it's like, well, you need to know how to ask the tool what you want. You need to know how to interpret what the tool spits out to you. Because, like, I mean, there's plenty of times where I'm grading a quiz or grading a classwork and there's something obviously like photomathed on there. And it's like the most ridiculous looking piece of work I've ever seen. It's like nothing I would have ever taught them. Done, like, I've had kids use like calculus techniques to solve a problem. Because they don't understand that
Yeah.
what photomath is spitting back out at them is way more advanced than what
Yeah.
we did in class. So, yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Do you ever find yourself using like AI stuff like that to help you like make your lessons?
Not for lesson planning. The only thing that I have actually used like ChatGPT for is, and this is really embarrassing, and if I've written if I've written you a letter of recommendation, don't hate me. I've had it generate letters of recommendation for seniors before, because I have like 10 kids coming up to me asking me to write like a page and a half letter of recommendation for them. I've only known them for like 3 months, so I don't really like know them super well. And I'm just like, I don't want to write, 15 pages of recommendations.
It's
so
15?
I just
Yeah.
No, it's like a
okay.
page-ish per kid, and then there's like 10 to 15 of them who are like, can you write me a letter of recommendation? And I'm just like, you know who can? ChatGPT. And then of course I look over it and I clean it up and I'll add in some personal things there, but I have used it to generate like a bunch of like very generic letters of rec that I can adapt because I'm lazy. But that's all I've used it for, I promise.
This is going to be the third course, final course, the cheesecake. So I'm pretty excited for it. We're all pretty excited for it, I don't really like cream cheese or cheesecake, but
Hey.
we're gonna do it. So
It's literally
I mean, but like, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So back to the questions.
Back to the questions.
Yep. So for the future math teachers, right? Like just like inner students or anything, what kind of advice would you give them?
So we do have a nationwide teacher shortage right now for many, many reasons, but we especially have a shortage in like core subjects. So English, mathematics, any of the STEM subjects we like desperately need.
Just look down and see if.
Hey,
Anyways,
Good. It's
fine,
I'll snag one of these two.
I'll go ahead.
We've got a pretty big nationwide teacher shortage. Math is particularly bad. And look, just like
It's fine.
come be a math teacher. Hanging out with high school students all day is emotionally exhausting, but it's also really fun because y'all are ridiculous. You're hilarious. I think actually being a high school teacher keeps you young because you're kind of in connection with all the newfangled things that are happening, and some more practical stuff. I'll be honest, like working in the Shelby County area in the municipal schools like Bartlett and Arlington and Lakeland and Germantown and Collierville, the pay is good. Like we pay teachers reasonably well here, especially for how low the cost of living is. So I know that there's that big concept about how like teachers don't make like any money at all, and that is very true. It's district dependent though. Bartlett in particular is very generous. So don't be like afraid of becoming a math teacher because you're afraid of like pay issues, especially if you're staying in like the Mid-South. The pay here is good. You get summers off. Like, come teach math. We need math teachers so bad. We don't have any. That's my advice. If you're gonna stay in the Mid-South, come do it. The pay is decent. Time off is good.
All right, and then for the final question we have for you today, it kind of relates to something that you said a little bit prior into the interview. It would be that it would be like the challenging part was like to get students to be engaged in it.
Correct.
Why do you think that so many students hate math or is their worst subject?
So this definitely draws back to what I talked about earlier with sort of that cultural thing that we have, especially in America, where it's perfectly acceptable to be bad at math, but it's unacceptable to be bad at reading. And this is something that traces back through, like if you have a student who's like bad at math and has math panic, most likely their parents do too. And then most likely they had teachers at some point who maybe helped instill that in them, either by being like bad teachers, or we do have an issue with some of our elementary school teachers not being fully prepared with math knowledge that they need. And so they end up kind of instilling a little bit of math panic in their own elementary school students, and that just snowballs all the way down. It's like a nationwide culture issue, this idea that it's acceptable to be bad at math, and there's a lot behind it. Elementary teachers being ill-prepared, parents with math panic instilling it in their kids, and then like by the time they make it to me in Algebra 2, 11th grade generally, for some of them it can be a little too late to try to fix that, and it's you know, it's terrible.
Well, y'all heard that, kids. Lock in on math, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's all the time that we have today for Taste of Eternity. Be sure to come back next month for our next guest is a secret guest. So be excited for that. And thank you, Dabol, for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
And thank you
guys.
for these recommendations.
For this,
And I mean, I've never tried a fig before, so I mean, I'm glad I got to try one.
you got to try a
So
fig.
I had an excuse to try a fig today.
Yep.
So
There
thank
go.
you for that.